Hey everybody, hope your day is going well. We are back with another reaction. Matt Mcclure, I Met a Man, and this was a request by Matt, although a different Matt, I must imagine. First time I will be reacting to Matt McClure's music, and first time I will be listening to a song by him. As far as I know, the name does not ring a bell, so looking forward to discover him. Let's check it out.
I met a man who lived inside a cage. He told me that he wanted to be free. He said, look inside yourself. Can you find a way to help? And in my hand I held a key. I met a man. He cried when he saw that open door. And I said, go, there's a great big world to see. So he stepped into the light, and through his broken cry, he smiled, and then he said to me, I have looked for you through all these tears to come rescue me from the wasted years. And now you're here and I know what I must do. Just be myself and live this life to the rhythm of the beat of this heart of mine. And I never will forget the day I met you.
Wow, what a great voice. You know, that little bit of grit in the beginning of his delivery. Said, ooh, I like that smokiness. And then it even changed a little bit. So we get a different side of his voice. Very nice tone and timbre. I like it a lot. And, great thought provoking lines, about meeting this man in a cage. Of course, having been that man, and having met that man, I already can sense, you're looking, he says, look inside yourself, that he is the man inside his own mental prison, right? Because I've been there. A lot of people are there, have been out of it because he cried, he held the key in his hand, and some people already find that hard to know that you are the only person who can unlock it and walk through that door. And it's kind of scary to know that you have that power to imprison yourself but also free yourself. We have to accept that. That's hard sometimes. I like that line about he stepped into the light through his broken cry. I really felt that because I could literally see myself in that time. Wow. Sometimes it's hard to connect to that time, even though I would want to. You get further and further away from it. But, if you want to sometimes help people or explain how to get out of this, you want to get as close to that emotion as you can. But the further you get away from, the time you freed yourself, the harder it becomes. And I don't want to lose that, also for the sense of empathy and stuff, man. Wow. Yo, this guy's unlocking me right now. Dang. Matt, what are you doing?
Met you. The day I met you, I met a man. From that day, we were the best of friends. And he taught me lessons learned in the cage. To let go of things I held, to truly be myself. He taught me that we are who we choose to be. And I said, I have looked for you through all these tears to come rescue me from the wasted years. And inside the cage. And I am the man whose hand held the key. Oh, I met a man. Oh,
Ah, what a voice. Whoo! That vocalizations there at the end, man. Wow. And that conclusion that comes, like I said, for me, it's not a surprise if you going through it, and or if you have listened to a lot of songs or consumed a lot of stories, you know where it's going, right? You know, uh, I do write, so it's not that I can predict everything, but I have, a little bit of a knowledge of story structure. And also, just because I live in that same thing, I have a little bit of a sense of it, and yeah, to hold that key, looking back at the wasted years, is tough to know that. And I could sense that in his delivery, to know that you always had that key, and to know that, damn, maybe I could have done this sooner. And, as long as we really blame others for the situation that we're in, uh, we're still in that cage. And I'm not fully there yet. I'm not done playing the blame game entirely, man. I got to be honest. There's a lot of resentment we hold on to, but that is still being a victim, but I get it. I get it. A lot of stuff out of our control that put us in certain situations. So it's tough to let go of that. And that man in the cage, man, damn. So, and I felt that, he didn't even put it in the text, but he said, from that day, we were the best of friends, when you can accept yourself. And that implies to me in the subtext before, you that we're kind of enemies, right? You are your worst enemy. But that line is so famous. But you could say the same thing about, you are your best friend. You could be, but it's harder to believe that, right? We almost are skeptical to believe that. No, we are our worst enemy, which is true, but we could also be our best friend, and we can free ourselves from suffering, and choose certain responses. It's just not, there's no copy paste blueprint that everyone can use. Unfortunately, I wish there was. Sometimes we have to waste a few years to come to that conclusion. For some, it's longer, for some, shorter. Some, they stay in the cage forever. Damn, man, what a song. What a song. I love when songs, you know, uh, make you think and reflect, and I love that. And really well done, beautifully songs, the great vocalizations, the second vocal track, the way he's looking in the camera like he's looking in the mirror, delivering a very powerful message. Beautiful. Thank you for introducing me to it and for spending some time with me. I hope you have a great day. Don't be too hard on yourselves, and take care. Peace.